This is the Emotions Mindfulness Meditation. So bring to mind two emotional states. One emotional state that causes some discomfort, and another emotional state that causes some lighter feelings of emotion, something that you want to, in a sense, connect to and remember as a positive experience. So on a scale of 1 to 10, if we could bring in a 3 on the uncomfortable emotion, and on a scale of 1 to 10, we could bring up to a 5 or a 6 with the positive emotion. So what I'd like you to do is just to close your eyes and consider the memories, the experiences that you've had. And first we're going to bring into our awareness the uncomfortable emotion. And remember, on a scale of 1 to 10, make this one just 3 or below. So what I'd like you to do is to imagine that you are sitting in a theatre room, or a theatre, even a movie room if you wanted to. But you're sitting in a chair, a group of chairs, and there's a video screen or a movie screen in front of you. And there is some distance between you and this movie screen. You can be in the room with a group of others that you feel safe with, that you feel held with, or you can just be there on your own, knowing that you are safe and you are held by life. So in this moment, what I'd like you to do is to invite the memory that has caused some discomfort for you, that experience, and I'd like you to play it out upon the screen in front of you. And as you play it out upon the screen in front of you, just watch it visually like a video, and just watch it through once. Allow it to move through. Allow yourself to connect with it as you were if you were watching a movie. And allow yourself to feel the emotional state that experience, that memory held for you and continues to. Now once you've played it through all once, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to play it through again, but stop it and pause it on the frame that is causing you the discomfort. And remember, it's just a 3 out of a 10. So as you pause it and you freeze the frame and you see it, I'd like you to connect in with yourself in relation to the emotional state that you are experiencing. And I'd like you just to notice where in your body is that feeling, is that emotion? Where are you feeling it? And if you could locate that in your body, if you could give that emotional state, that feeling, a colour, what colour would it be? And if you could give it a shape, what shape would it be? And if it had a texture, how would it feel? And if it had a size, what size would it be? Would it be large, small, in between? Just imagine what size it would be. How much of you does it take up? And if it had a sound, would there be a sound associated to it? Would it be a high pitch or a low pitch? What type of frequency would be related to it? If it had a smell, what would it smell like? And even if you could taste it, what would it taste like as well? So we're using all of the senses here to describe this emotional state within the body. Now that you've done really well in describing this and looking at it from a mindful lens, what I'd like you to do is just imagine that you reach down, and in the chair that you're sitting in, on the right hand side there's a little pocket. And in the pocket there's a white balloon. Now this is a magical balloon. This balloon will allow you to blow into it and empty your vessel, your body, of this emotion, and this balloon will hold it for you. Now, although the emotion, the feeling that you've just experienced might be heavy, because this is a magical balloon, it's sort of like a helium balloon. It continues to rise, continues to fill up. So what I'd like you to do now is, with every breath out that you take, I would like you to let go of that feeling, that experience, and place it into the vessel of the balloon. So just imagine yourself now blowing up the balloon, and each time that you blow into it, that uncomfortable feeling, that uncomfortable emotion related to that experience is going into the balloon and leaving your body. Now continue to blow it up until every morsel, every particle has left your being and everything is into that balloon. Now I'd like you to tie off that balloon once you've filled it up. Make sure everything's out. Put a big double knot in it. Now I'd like you to imagine yourself walking outside of that theatre, that room, and walking outside into an open field. And it can be nighttime, it can be daytime, whatever it is that you want to imagine. And then I want you to get that balloon and I want you to let it go. And allow it to drift off into the ethers, up into the sky, and then out of your sight. And as it starts to move up and out of your sight, it then starts to dissolve. And the cosmos and the universe and life is happy to take that for you and do with it what it needs to do. So now I'd like to invite you back into the theatre room, the movie room, the hall, the space that you were before, and sitting in the same chair, and could be with people around you that support you and love you and hold you, or could just be by yourself. And this time what we want to do is we want to bring to mind a positive emotion that's related to a positive experience that you're happy to relive. And for this one you can bring a 5 out of 10 if you want. So what I'd like you to do, as we did before, is that start to play out that experience, that memory, on the field or the screen in front of you, and then start to watch it. And allow it to play all the way through. Enjoy it. It's there to be enjoyed. And then I'd like you to play it through again, and this time at the point in which your emotions were the highest. I'd just like you to freeze it. Freeze frame, pause it, a snapshot of it. And as you look at it, I want you to transfer that feeling state into the body. And as you feel it into the body, I'd just like you to recognize, where in the body is this emotional state located? So once we've located it, if this had a colour, what colour would this emotion be? This emotion had a shape. What shape would that emotion be? If it had a size, how big or small would it be? And if it had a texture, what would it feel like? And if it had a weight, how heavy would it weigh? Would it be light? Would it be heavy? Something in between. And the size, how big would it be? Does it take up the whole room? Is it bigger than your body, or is it quite small? And if it had a sound, what sound would it make? What type of frequency, what type of pitch would there be as well? And if it had a taste, what would it taste like? And the smell, what would it smell like? So as we use all of these senses to experience this beautiful, wonderful emotion, what I'd like you to do is I just want you to sit with that for a moment, because we will soon blow that emotion into the balloon as well. So at this moment, I'm just going to give you a little bit of time to feel into it, celebrate it, honor it, respect it. So as again, let's reach into our right hand side of the chair. There's a pocket. Pull out this white magical balloon. As much as you may not want to let this emotion go, it's important for this exercise too. Knowing that you can come back to this emotion at any time, because it's only a thought away. So with every breath out, I'd like you to blow up the balloon. Allow that emotion to leave your body and blow it into the balloon and fill it up. And once you've filled it up, I'd really like you to tie it off, give it a good double knot, and be okay with letting it go, because that's important as well. And then I'd like you to walk outside that hall, walk outside the movie theatre, and into that open field once again. And then allow that balloon to go off up into the ethers, up into the sky, and allow it to move off into the distance. And as it moves into the distance, it too will also dissolve. And the universe, life, the cosmos will gladly take that and express it in its own way. So I'd like you to bring your attention back to your breath, attention back into the body, and back into the room that you are. Once again, as you're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, noticing any temperature changes, really filling your lungs up. So let's take a couple of deep breaths. Just bringing your awareness back into your body, starting to move your fingers, your toes, move around in your seat, starting to move your muscles and feeling back into this beautiful vehicle that we have. And once again, bringing your hands into prayer, where your heart space is, and thanking yourself for investing the time in yourself to experience this meditation. So what I'd like you to do is, and I just encourage you to do this, is that, if you can remember the size, the shape, the colour and write all of these things down, and then notice the difference between the positive memory, the negative memory, and also notice how you were feeling, because these are really important concepts, important skills of awareness, because each and every emotion will have its own signature, and we naturally want to run away or avoid discomfort, and we want to seek out reward. And through the conversations that we've had, and seeing through the eyes of equanimity, if we could allow ourselves to see all emotions as having value, then there would be a lesser reactive experience in moving away and trying to move toward particular emotions. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and it will be interesting to see what your experience was. Thank you.